day, I was at the... I went to the mall. Hold on. I went to the mall. I was messed up. So it was all good. I was keeping my distance. I was on a mission, you know. I was looking for some stuff to purchase for a certain birthday event. Hold on. What is e-meow? And I'm going into like the parking garage that is adjacent the mall. Just like completely zoned out, going back to my car. I'm carrying a shit ton of bags, trying to find where the fuck I parked. And I hear this faint voice from behind me that's like, excuse me. And I'm like, wait, what? Is someone talking to me? I like look around and I don't see anyone. And I'm like, oh, it's probably someone talking to their friend. I keep walking. I hear like, excuse me, like louder. I turn around and there's this guy like looking at me and like walking towards me, like smiling. And I'm like, oh shit, did I like drop something? Do they need help? Do they not know where like the elevators are? So I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? And he's like, oh, you're really pretty. Do you have a boyfriend? And I was like, yes. And he's like, oh man, does that mean I can't get your number? And I was like, no. And then he said, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And then I think he asked a third time if I was sure. And I felt so awkward and so bad. I was like, you ever like zone out completely in public and then suddenly you're like interacting with a complete stranger and it's like the most awkward interaction you've ever had in your life? In a fucking parking garage? Can't believe you lied. No, my boyfriend is real. He's real. Bad NPC experience. Yeah, bro, I felt like I was in Oblivion and that fucking the wheel thing came up where you have to like rotate it to like fill the wheel properly. He was like, he didn't seem like he was trying to be weird. He was like smiling and like seems like he was trying to be friendly, but I was still like weirded out. I was weirded out on several levels. Like being approached like that in a parking garage does not feel great. And also it was like almost 8 p.m. at night, which also wasn't good. It was pretty dark out and there wasn't very many other people around. And then secondly, I just felt bad. I felt awkward as fuck. I was like, what the fuck do I say? like, are you sure you can't give me your number? Oh, yes. I can't. I'm not gonna give you my number. I'm going back to my car after buying birthday presents for my boyfriend. Goodbye. I felt so fucking ugh. It was like a pendulum moving quickly between like, holy fuck, I'm so awkward. I have no idea how to handle an interaction like this because it never fucking happens to me. I am the type of person in public where I just kind of disappear. I like lurk in the shadows, you know? I move in silence. I kind of fade into the background. So when anyone ever talks to me in public for any reason, I forget how to be a human. Nobody does that in Michigan? Yeah, I've never really like had that kind of thing happen to me in Michigan. But ever since I moved to LA, whenever I go out shopping alone, there's always some kind of like weird interaction. Not always like getting like trying to be picked up, I guess, but like there's a lot of like interesting characters in LA, I guess. There was one time I was in Target and a guy like came up to me in the fucking bread aisle and was just like, he was nice. He was like complimenting my outfit and stuff. But I was just like trying to find bread in the bread aisle. I felt really awkward and I felt like I was being rude by like being like, all right, I'm looking for a very specific type of bread in the bread aisle right now. Thank you. Gotta go. But he just kept like lingering around while I was looking in the bread aisle. Yeah, the LA NPCs are quite strange, I will say. What kind of bread? I was looking for like a specific type of like a rye bread, like a specific brand, and they didn't have it. So I went to the bread aisle for no reason that day. That bread is the yeast of your worries. Will you rise to the occasion? Why are people hitting on peeps in random public situations? I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I'm not good under the best circumstances, like interacting with random strangers in public when I'm alone. I'm awkward as fuck. Even if someone just like comes up to me and they're like, oh, how do I... Oh yeah, this lady approached me in the fucking spaghetti aisle and I literally dropped my spaghetti. You know that meme where it's like, oh bro, I go to GameStop, I talk to the cashier, spaghetti keeps falling out of my pockets, I'm cringing, I'm dying, that kind of thing. She was asking me, I don't think English was her first language, but she was asking me for a very specific type of pasta sauce, like where to find it, and I was like, maybe it's maybe down here, and I like bumped into a package of spaghetti and dropped spaghetti all over the floor in the fucking Whole Foods. And I never helped her find it, and she said, I felt so bad. She was like, oh, thank you, and I just like walked away and never returned to the aisle. So I can't handle that kind of shit. When I go like alone, like shopping, I get in like a zone. I get in like a tism zone. Sometimes I even like listen to music when I'm out and about, just alone, just like browsing the aisles and shit. And when someone just like pulls me out of that zone, I don't know how to re-enter society as a functioning person. So if someone like approaches me and is like, can I have your phone number? I wanted to fucking like crawl in a hole and die, bro. It was like awkward and like scary at the same time. Because I was like, when I turn around and walk back to my car, am I going to fucking die tonight? I even like, when I went back to my car, I did the paranoid thing where I like double triple checked to make sure that nobody climbed into the back seat of my car or into the trunk. Because I was like, fuck, did I remember to lock my car when I left like 2 hours ago? Just say, sorry, I'm a VTuber. Sorry, I'm a VTuber and I have a VTuber boyfriend. I'm going home.